Yeah. So, gotta press the button if you want it to record. Here I am. It's August something or other, maybe the 9th, maybe something like that. I'll just check and see here. We'll just August 11th. Well, how time flies. So, Doggy and I are in the rain. It's been raining here pretty steady for a few days, and I'm working on getting this truck bed put together. So mostly I got quite a bit done this week. All the frame is in, got it lifted up off the ground so I could work on it at a comfortable height. And everything's welded up. So it's 5-inch rails on the outside, 3-inch rails on the inside, and then it'll be a 2-inch boards on top of that. And then on the outside here, I've got this thing here welded onto for strapping to them. That's still hot anyhow. But that's about where I stand. So you can stick around and see how I stuck it together. There's not really that much video to it because it's just big pieces of steel. This one here, I had to compensate it. I had to put it together from a few pieces of steel because it comes in 10-foot lengths and I want 8-foot steel. So anyway, that's what happened there. They take off 2 feet from each one of those ones and you have an 8-foot one here. So there, anyhow, that's about it for now. Hope you enjoy it, and anyway, welcome back to the grind here. Something a little bit different this week is building truck beds. But that's it for this week, so I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Yeah, here I am. It's getting after building the deck for the truck. This stuff here is pretty tough stuff. The thing there won't go through it. It slags it off, but it doesn't cut right through. So I guess I'm back to the grinder on that. Fortunately, there's not that much cutting to do on it. You just need 8 foot 6 inches this way, 8 foot that way for 5-inch pieces, which are the big ones. And then the rest is little guys. So I'll see what I can do about getting it all put together. Yeah, that uses up lots of cutting wheels, but that's 8 feet wide this way, and it's 8.5 feet that way. So that should be good on the back of the truck. Looks weird, but that's the way it looks. It looks wider than it is long, but it's actually longer than it is wide. Maybe I'll double check that, see if I measured something wrong. Hey? Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, looks aren't deceiving. It's got to be another foot this way. Oh dear. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to re-weld those pieces on there, and I'll put a little bit of a patch on the inside too, just to make it so that it's double strong. Okay, well, that's what's happening next. Yeah, that's all for today. I guess I'll have to put that extra chunk in it tomorrow. We got the welder figured out and fixed up. Put 0.3 wire in it instead of the skinny stuff, which is 0.2 or something like that. I don't know. Anyhow, I put the thicker wire into it, and then I had to find a point to make it weld. So there we go. Got it going, and it seems to weld. Just a little test piece there. Like it welds all right. Anyway, so now I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, so here it is. Big square of steel on the floor. So here's where I welded in the new piece there. Just an extra foot on the end of it. And I put a little, like on the inside, I put a little square block. That'll help it a bit. And then I've just got it tacked at the corners here. 4 corners tacked. Now I measure across this way here and that way there, which I've already done, and they're equal, so it's square, but I'm going to double check before I go any farther. Yeah, here, I'll show you. So y'all, 141.5. Yeah, it's a good thing I like doing things twice, because that's 140.5. I don't know how I'm gonna. Oh well. I guess I gotta do it again. Take it apart, do it again. Yeah, it decided to pour rain out there. Now just a minute ago it was pouring down like you wouldn't believe, but now it's a little bit less. Anyhow, looks like I'm able to bend it enough to get it squared up. I'll just give it a couple more whacks with a hammer and then put some more weld on it, and that should hold it from springing back. Yeah, that'll test out and see if the Volkswagen will hold the water out. I know it won't in some places because there's no rubbers on some of the door seals, but the back door's got a seal on it, and passenger and driver's door has a seal on it. The side door doesn't. So, and there's a couple of openings for camper bits on the side that aren't closed in yet. Anyhow, big rain coming. I don't know what, oh well, I guess that's the way it is. We'll just wait it out. Doggy is soaking wet, trying to stay away from the puddles. Good idea, dog. But the good news is I did get this thing squared out properly, and it's right now to within a quarter inch, so I'm happy with that. Nobody ever noticed that in the back of the truck, that's for sure. So I had to cut these welds at the top. Like I've got it welded top and bottom, but I just cut the top ones and then I was able to bend the bottom ones enough to make it work. So that's good. We're happy with it. Yeah, there you go. Kind of a quiet day today because I lost the camera. Misplaced it. Anyhow, I got this stuff here welded up, and then I lifted it up onto, built some new sawhorses, and then lifted it up onto 4 sawhorses so I can work at it more comfortably. Now, next is I'll likely put a beam across here, one of the 3-inch beams across here, and then a 3-inch beam about here somewhere, another one here, and another one. So I put it close to the end so that there'll be a board on top of it, and then there won't be too much of a, there'll be strength in it at the end here so that it doesn't, what am I trying to say? So it doesn't bend over, see? Anyway, that'll be coming down the ways, but I've got a bunch of 2-inch boards in my pile out there, and they should just fit because I'll cut that, I'll notch the end of, see all this channel iron here, I'll just notch the end of it so that it fits in, and same as I notched all this stuff to sort of fit in, make it look a little bit better and be a stronger thing in the end, I think. Anyway, it's looking like it's pretty good, and I did the measurements, so it's 8 foot 7 inches lengthwise, 8 feet across, and then this was 141.5, and that was 141.5 or whatever, but they're the same. So it's a square, it's a good square. So that's good, I got that right. Anyhow, that's all for, well, today was a pretty short day because I just built a couple of, all I did was build the sawhorses and get it lifted up on there. I didn't do any welding. And now it's starting to rain again. But I've got the Volkswagen van outside, and then neighbor Doug, he's in there with his Subaru. I put the Hurricane is sitting in 2 spots, one in there, one in there. I'm waiting for some parts to come along for that. And in the meantime, Doug's got his Subaru in the shop, making it so it'll pass inspection. So there, another day, and look at that dark cloud behind us there. Yep, might rain. I better get in before I get thundered on. See you later. Yeah, here I am, new day on the fabricating the truck thing, whatever you call that, truck bed. So now, I've got the main frame built, and it's square, And I went through with my little thing here and, just turned that on. And then I went and measured where that, see the little red line on there? So it's about just below 100, it's 96 millimeters. And it's the same everywhere, all around. So that this thing is all level now, if nothing else is level. So that when I put in all the pieces and weld it, it'll come out to be, it won't be any wops in it or whoops in it, I hope. So it'll just be nice and flat and straight when it goes back on the bed of the truck. So we'll just see how that works out. Now I'll start figuring out where stuff goes. Yeah, there. Now it's welded together. It's got a lot of grinding to do there. That's a pretty ugly weld. Oh well. I'll grind it off and fix it. Same as grinding that one there. Anyhow, these are all just tacked in, like 24 inches across here, because I want to make a piece across there. I guess I need a bit more steel for that. I'll think it out. Might be able to use that piece there. We'll see. Anyhow, need more steel for to make a gate for the fifth wheel to fit into. And I might make it with that 5-inch stuff so that it comes up to the same level as everything else on the top. I'll think about that. Yeah. Anyhow, now. Yeah, I'll have to think about that, how to make that work. Anyway, these things are all welded in. Just tack welded, like I've got them tack welded all the way across there. I'll weld it up tomorrow. And then I'll start working on this. Well, I don't know how to make that center frame yet because I don't have the trailer hitch that has to go there. So it might, like that stuff there, I could put it on flat ways and that would make the frame all right. And that would make it, bring it up to the right height. Because it's just 1.5 inches or something. Anyway, I'll see what I come up with tomorrow sometime. Well, or whenever I figure out what I want to do here. So that's all for today, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow. Yeah, here I am another day at it. I've been a couple of days that you didn't get any filming done because I was helping a friend over there getting his car fixed. He borrowed the lift for a bit, and so I didn't get much filming done. Anyway, we got that car fixed and it's out of there, and the hovercraft is back in. But now I worked on this while he was banging away at his car. I worked on this. I've got it sort of built. I think you've seen that, right? And then I decided yesterday that this is some of my artwork, right? And it was damaged. Well, I can't say this one was damaged in Fiona, but it was damaged. And this one here was blown over in Fiona and damaged, so one of the symbols is gone. These are just like discs off of a disc harrow, and it's all old farm equipment stuff. But now that one there has to go back on here, and the top, which is upside down now, was all broken off, and it's full of water now. That'll cure the welds, right? So that has to be back onto there. So I'll get that done today, and that'll be about it for today anyhow. Anyhow, we'll just see how it works out. I'll show you when I get done. Yeah, there we go. That's back together. It's not, it's a little bit of a whirly gig. It'll twist that way and it'll turn this way, right? Oh, that's hot. So anyway, that's a little bit of yard art there. I'll get some paint and paint it up. And then the other one here is one that was out in the field at Willie's, out at the Blueberry Ranch, Ellis Forest. And it had fallen apart a bit, so just put it back together and it'll go back out to the field out there. Now, I've got to take that and put it in the tractor and then see if I can carefully move it out without breaking it. And I'll put it up on that side of the yard over there. There's another piece of yard art there that I'm going to move and put it over here for a change, because just to switch things up a bit. Hey, there you go. Yeah, now there, that's what I call the sentinel, standing out front watching the driveway. It kind of gets hidden in the trees. And then the piece that I was working on I put over there. I'll go over there in a minute. And the piece that was over there I figured I'd put over here for a while so it could stand out. It needs some paint. I'll get some paint for it one of these days. And I put it so it looks at the driveway, so people coming by can see it. And then my birdie's there. Then my brother-in-law, a long time ago, did us that sign. I suppose I should take that down and get it finished up again. I've done it, I've refinished it about 3 times now. Likely time to do it again. So over here is the, what do you call it? The one that I just fixed. But don't you know I dropped it out and broke another symbol off it, but it's going to stay the way it is for a while. And I'll just leave the broken one to the back. That's hidden away in the trees there. And then that one there, that's hidden away in the trees. But it needs, I'll take it out and fix it up one of these days. And that's yard art. And then this thing here is, that's an antenna from a GPS system that went out of the sky in about 1982. One of the original GPS type stuff, but it was a Doppler antenna. And I have 2 of those antennas. One of them is not in very good shape, but this one's in good enough shape to be yard art. And so there we go. There, the doggy lost his stick. There we go. Now the doggy's got his stick. He's happy. Okay, that's it for today. We'll see you again tomorrow, I hope. Yeah, there you are. So today was the day I figured I'd go and bring the boat in, because there's some weather coming next week, and it's going to be just raining and windy all week, and it's only the middle of August, but not much point having it out there just collecting rain. So there we go, it's in. Yeah, so I've welded all the things in. I'll just zoom in here a bit, you can see. Like all those seams along the way, inside and outside and upside down. Well, I haven't upside down them, but I have everything except for turning it over and welding on the underside. Now I'll take some of this flat steel and I'll make some of these. I'll show you out here. There. On the trailer, see these things here? Whoops, get all the grass out of the way. So they're 1/16 inch, or whatever that is. Yeah, 1/16 inch steel. And they're 4 inches, 2 inches, and 2 inches. Well, 1 3/4 on those, but I'm going to make them 2 inches so they'll fit a little bit bigger thing. And sometimes you can't get the chain down through that. So anyhow, there we go. I'll work on that now. Here I've got the flat steel, so I'll make one for a test and see how I come out with it. Yeah, so I was going to bend these things to make them so they would fit, you know, just a nice bend on them, then weld this to the outside. But I couldn't. I don't have a heavy enough bender to bend them, so I just cut 2-inch pieces here, and 1 2-inch piece for each one of these, and then I'll just clamp it there. I'll weld it to the side, and that'll be good. Then at the end I'll just put a little, like a piece that goes over sideways, so it doesn't all flop forward, you know what I mean. And I'll put a couple of safeties in it that are 2 inches going this way, so that they're going this way here. A couple of safeties so that it'll hold it, you know, if it gets hit from the side, so it won't bend and flop back. Anyway, that'll be coming up tomorrow, because It's quitting time today, so there you go. So these things here, you just use those magnets and tack them on and then weld them after. And that works pretty good. Okay, so this is that side, and I'll make the other side. I've got all the markings that I want on it. Okay. Yeah, another rain day here. Amazing how much rain we've had lately, but I did bring the boat in yesterday and it's hidden inside there. I won't go in there in the rain. So I'll carry on with the building this thing here up. See how that goes along. I'll just put a couple of like angle pieces on here and here just to keep that so that it doesn't flop over. Anyway, we'll just see how that works out. Okay, here I go. Yeah, I'll see if I can set up the camera so that you can see what I'm up to here. I had it pointing, but it was just getting backlight for everything. So well, maybe I'll point it from this way and just see what happens. Yeah, there, that's pretty good. Now yesterday, I had the Yesterday I had this thing here apart because that connection here had got bad, and this whole thing was smoking on me. So, you know, that's not good action. So I fixed that up, and we'll just see how we work out on the old welding here. If I can find my gloves. There they are. All I'll do is tack them in, and then I'll come back later and weld them. Yeah, so I'm finally learning how to run a decent bead. So these are all welded on. Everything's, this one, like I've got the uprights for putting the chain through, okay? And then these are for just to keep the thing from shifting back and forth. So if you run into a garage or something with the back of it over there, it doesn't push and flatten and break this thing off as easily as it might. So the garage will break first maybe, we'll see. Or loading dock, and you always run into a loading dock with something. So anyhow, I'll get this welded on and see what I can come up with for, I'll make some tapered edges on it so that if it does come up against the loading dock, it'll sort of come off of it maybe. We'll just see. Now this has to get mounted up over on that side, and then I'll build that side. Yeah, there it is. So I'll have to build a little piece to go from here to here, same at the back. That's all just tacked on all the way along here. Now some of the, I've got two pieces of steel like this 1/8 inch thick stuff, and then there's 2 pieces of steel with this heavy duty stuff. Didn't notice the heavy duty stuff till later. But I'll make it all out of this for now. And if we have to beef it up later, we'll beef it up. But I think it's okay. I think that'll work, especially here where I've got it, you know, that piece in there. So here there'll be a little cross piece there, and at the back, a little piece that goes right across here. That'll make it so that, like, if it gets a glancing blow there, it won't just bash on that, right? Okay, so that's coming up. Yeah, does everybody's welding gas run out on Friday afternoon at like 4 o'clock? Or just me? I had to make a quick run into town to get some welding gas. And I'll carry on. I got over to about here. That's where this rod is, and then it was going tickety tick tick tick, so I went and checked the gas, and sure enough, no gas. So I'll carry on. This one here is okay. That one there I need to finish, and I'll carry on, finish up this side, and then that'll be pretty near it for today. Anyhow, so I'll just carry on. I'll show you how I make out. Yeah, there we are. That's the end of it for this week. So I did get, this is measured out for these little pieces that go across here, but this is all welded on and pretty good for the most part. There was a couple of welds over here. You can't see that very well. Maybe I'll see if I can get a light on it. Yeah, see, there's got some oxygen or some, see how the weld is not really great at the very top there, but good down below. That's from some sort of impurity coming out of somewhere. And a couple of spots like that happened. Like that wasn't a great weld there. But I think they're strong enough to hold for what we need here. Anyway, that's it for this week. And got a full tank of gas there, so I'll finish the most of the outside stuff tomorrow. And then I might be back onto the hovercraft after that for a while. We'll just see how this thing goes. I have to get the truck out here to fit it, right? So anyhow, this wall here, this thing here has to be put on for, you know, strapping to, and then I just need to figure out the decking. So I'll get the decking done, which isn't too tough to do, except for in the middle there I have to figure out something for gooseneck hitch. So, but that, need the truck here for that. Anyway, there it is for now. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Yeah, so it's one of those days in August, maybe the 8th of August, and it's not a hurricane yet, but it sure is, I guess, a tropical depression, eh? Anyhow, wind is blowing at 100 kilometers an hour out in the straight, or 93 or something like that. And here it's a pretty blustery day at the cove. We'll just have a look here and see what's going on. Yeah, and the waves are coming in. It's low tide, so the waves are way out there, but they sure are breaking. And the rain came down like buckets. Buckets of rain came down earlier today. I think I'm just in between storms right now. Now you might get a bit of wind noise, eh? But I guess that's what happens in a storm. Yeah, there you go. The breakers are coming in, and another day in August. I don't know if you heard anything there, but there you go. Another blustery day. Anyhow, I head back up the hill. Me and Buster.